Well, good morning, friends, and welcome back to Apron Strings. If this is your first visit, I sure hope you like it, and I hope you'll subscribe and hit that little bell so you'll be notified when I put up other videos. And hit that thumbs up, whether you're new or old or whatever. Hit that thumbs up if you like the contents, because that makes me feel good. Now, this is Easter week in Texas and everywhere else. And I'm going to do a pie that my mother generally always had for Easter dinner. And it's simple and it's good if you like lemon. It's a lemon icebox pie. Now you can make your own crust, but Mama always would buy, well, in later years she did buy crumbs and make her own graham cracker crumb crust. But she would buy the ready-made crust. And if you want to be real fancy, you can get the little tart size graham cracker crumb crust, say that real fast, and make individual ones. I'm going to make my pie like my mama did and separate my eggs and put meringue on the top. Now today I'm going to bring y'all a little closer over to the butcher block so I can show you how I'm going to separate my eggs, because most of y'all do cook and most of you do know how to separate eggs, but some people might have an issue with it, and everybody may not have a 45-year-old egg separator. So let's get over here to the butcher block and see how to get this pie going. To separate your egg whites and your egg yolks. Now I may have trouble because I need to get some oyster shells for my hens. Their shells are just very thin. You crack it in half and you put your yolk from one half to the other until you get your white out. Okay? That's one way to do it. Now I got to get something to put my yolk in. Just a minute. And this one broke on me, and I'm glad it broke after the fact. You don't want to get any egg yolk in your egg whites because they won't whip up if you do. So you have to be careful. Okay, so I'll put my yolk in there. Now, the other way is to use an egg separator and see what it has. Any of them is going to have a place for the yolk and an opening here for the whites to slip through. So I'm going to, ooh, that's a big old egg. And I do have some Clorox wipes that I clean this counter with when I get through because I get egg on it. Now this is my least favorite way, but if y'all don't have one of those, you can simply use your hands. When you get it, I'm trying to be careful because these shells are so thin, I don't want it to open and break my yolk. Put it in your hand. Barely open your fingers, and see there, it slips right through. And I have a yolk in my hands and the whites are down in the cup, and you can do that in a pinch. If you're not comfortable to slosh them back and forth from one half to the other of the shell. Now let me wash my hands and get this egg off really good. Then we'll get on with the pie. My nephew, Wayne, well, he likes to be called Billy now, but he's been Wayne all his life to his Aunt Gay, so that's what he is still to me. This was always his favorite pie that Mama would make. And then there was one, and I've made it before for my channel. This will have to be bleached too, but oh well. I got to get the most of that up. His brother Derek liked, we called it Cheerio cream cheese pie, and I think I've done a video on that where you put the canned pie cherries on the top. But this was Wayne's favorite, so I think about him when I make it. He probably wishes I thought and brought some down there to him, but I didn't think that far. I'm going to go ahead and get my crust open, and I do have my oven preheating, my June oven, to 350. I think they're afraid something's going to hop in these pans before you get them to your house, because they sure do close them up good. And always when you buy one of these, make sure that the people at the grocery store are careful when they bag them, so they won't crack. It looks like mine may be cracked a little bit right here at the edge. And if I was wanting to make this be real pretty and fancy, that would bother me. But since it's just for us, I'm not going to gripe about it too bad. Now, the other ingredient that we need is lemon juice. So let me get my lemon juice out of the ice box, and then we can get started. For half a cup of lemon juice, and you can squeeze your lemon juice if you have enough lemons, but I don't. So I'm going to use, this is an organic lemon juice that I got either at Sam's or Costco. And so I've measured out a half a cup of that to use. So we're going to get over to the KitchenAid mixer, and first thing I'm going to do is whip my egg whites, where I'll be sure my whisk is real clean and it'll beat them to stiff peaks. And then I'm going to get my other bowl and mix up the pie filling and get it in there and get it baked, and it won't take but about 20 minutes to cook it on 350, if it takes that long, because the lemon juice helps cook the egg yolks, and you only cook it 20 minutes, and you want your meringue brown is the main thing, so we'll see. Now I got a little goodie. I'm going to come on here and do a video for you youngins, so y'all are like that. I'm going to try to have it ready to come out tomorrow, where you'll have time to get your stuff and make it with your kids or grandkids or the neighbors' kids. Okay, I've got my egg whites in, and I'm going to beat them until they're frothy, and then we will start adding in the sugar. Okay, I'm going to start adding in some sugar now. I'm sorry, I thought the camera was on. I added my sugar, and I'm going to continue to beat till I get them as stiff as I want them. Okay, you see how they make a stiff peak? That's how I want them. So I'm going to shake this off. Okay, the egg whites are just very nice and stiff. So I'm going to set this aside. Change bowls. And I'm going to try to whip my yolks just a little bit. By themselves. Adding in my lemon juice. And then in a minute I'll stop the mixer and we'll add the sweetened condensed milk. Okay, that was 3 egg yolks, a half cup of lemon juice, and I'm going to add 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. This pie is fresh and spring-like, and to me, lemon just screams sunshine and spring. I don't know about y'all, I like lemon. And I don't know who Mom got this recipe from. Some of them, she documented it and I documented. I have a cake called the date cake. It was funny when I met Troy, his mama called that a fruit cake. Well, we always called it a date cake. And she got that from Maine Audrey in 1945, and I am going to make that for y'all one day. We always had it every Christmas and every Thanksgiving. Okay, let's mix our sweetened condensed milk. I almost called it Eagle brand because that's just like saying Coke for any soft drink, but this actually is from Walmart. It's their brand, but it's sweetened condensed milk. Okay, I'm going to get my pie filling in. Sorry, I've got my bowl turned the wrong way here. See, if you get the smaller of those crusts, it makes it's a full crust. Now I'm going to see if I can get this meringue on here without messing up my, and it's going to be tough because that's not very, I don't know how Mama did this. I've done it before, but I'll tell y'all the truth, it's been a while. I'm just going to dollop it in here and see if I can make it work. Because I would rather have meringue than whipped cream on this pie. Alternative is to use whipping cream and make you some, or buy Cool Whip. And once it's done and it's cool, then you top it with that. I just wanted meringue on mine. And if y'all got favorite family recipes and you still have your mother or the family member that makes that recipe, it's really a cool thing to have them write it down in their handwriting. And that's a keepsake in itself that you can make copies of and make recipe books for the family. You know, it's a good idea. And that's kind of pretty. I'm going to get it over there in the oven and cook it till my meringue browns. After I wash this off my hands. Now this pie is going to have to get totally cool before we can cut it. So, oops, there's a place that needed a little bit. The towel here. Okay, y'all, I'm going to put this in the oven and then I'll bring y'all back when it's finished. My pie is absolutely beautiful and it is setting up really well. It's not even jiggling, but I'm not going to cut it right now because I want it to get completely cool. And y'all, I need to get this video up where you can have the recipe for Easter. And I need a video up today. This is Tuesday already, and life got in the way, and I didn't get it done yesterday to upload. So I don't know how long it's going to take it, and I want y'all to get it on Tuesday. So I'm not going to cut the pie, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be wonderful. So here's y'all a good Easter recipe to make. And I really hate to not cut this pie and let y'all see the slice of pie. But I really hate to not have a video come out today too. So forgive me for not cutting it. Y'all see how pretty it looks and you saw how to make it. And so I'm going to go in there and get this video edited and get it uploaded. Now let me tell you again the ingredients. It has a 6 ounce graham cracker crumb crust. And you could get the chocolate one if you wanted chocolate. It has 3 egg yolks, 1/3 of a cup of lemon juice, and I put a half, but I would rather put a third. I found where Mama wrote it down. Hers was a third. So it's 3 egg yolks, 1/3 of a cup of lemon juice, and 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. And that's what goes into the pie. And then you whip your meringue and add your sugar, however much you want. I put 2 tablespoons per egg white. And I put that on the top. And I baked it for about, I had said 20 minutes. It was ready in 15 minutes at 350 in a preheated oven. And then you put it in the ice box and let it get good and firm, and then you cut it. So, easy peasy to make. And I'm going to check my recipe to make sure I told y'all everything. the egg yolks, the sweetened condensed, and the lemon juice. Now you can put some lemon zest in it if you want to, or put a little lemon zest on your meringue. Troy don't like stuff real tart, so I didn't do that. But anyhow, that is what goes into the lemon icebox pie. It's beautiful pie for Easter. So if you are undecided about what you're going to serve, we usually have a banana pudding. That's what the kids like. Sometimes I'll do a coconut pie or a chocolate pie or a pecan pie. But lemon icebox is a good choice. Now I hope y'all are getting your menu together, deciding what you're going to have. It isn't hard to buy a ham and bake it, and cook you some green beans, and maybe some corn on the cob, and make you a potato salad to go with it. That's a good meal, and it's easy. Just some ideas. Y'all need to have Easter dinner for your family. Have some holidays that are a tradition that your family knows. We're expected to be at Mama's for this day. This is how we've always done it. This is how we're going to do it. When I was growing up, we went to my Grandma Camel's, Mama's mama. And Mama had 5 sisters, so there was a big bunch of us, and it was so fun. We would have Easter egg hunts. There was 2 sisters that lived in the country. So we'd either go to Aunt Ruby's or we'd go to Aunt Reen's and have Easter egg hunts. And back then, the men ate first. And then the women and kids got to eat. And we would just watch and hope they didn't eat it. They didn't. But you know, as a kid, you're thinking, don't eat all the chicken legs. Don't get all that pudding. But the men were seated and ate first. That tells you I'm pretty old. Well, at my house, I always fixed Troy's plate first, but the kids' plates were fixed first too. So, and to this day, if I'm serving, I always fix my husband's plate first and put it at his spot. And then if Richard's here, I fix the grandson's next, and then I fix ours. I just do the men first. But when the kids were little, I would get their plate ready to where when I got Troy's served and got mine ready, I didn't have to, mine didn't get cold waiting on fixing the kids. But that's just kind of the old timers. The men ate first. Now, Mama didn't do that at her house. We just all sat down at the same time, and even if we had company, everybody ate at the same time. But that's how it was at Grandma Camel's house. Now, Grandma Trevathan, Daddy just had 1 sister, and we were seldom all there at the same time. So we just all sat around the little table in the kitchen and ate. And if you went to Grandma Trevathan's, they were country people, and they had it was like a little miniature dish pan. And it was upside down on a saucer in the middle of the table. And if you picked that up, there was always leftover smoked bacon that they killed the pig and smoked them themselves. Smoked bacon left from breakfast. And man, we would race through that door to get to the table to get our piece of bacon that was under that little tin pan. I'm walking down memory lane today, folks. And see, if we hadn't made those memories, I'd be standing here just blank, wondering what I was going to tell y'all. Y'all need to be making some memories. Now, you remember what today is? It's a gift. It's a present. Be present. And it's the only time that you're promised. It's right now while you're living and breathing. Open that gift up and get all the sugar out of the day that you can. Make sweet memories. Be kind to people. The Bible says to be good to those that despitefully use you. In so doing, you'll heap coals of fire on their head. When you're good to somebody that's been ugly to you, it makes them just want you to stop it. But you can just keep doing it. Just keep being kind. Be good to people. Give them a smile, and 99.9% of them will give you one right back. The Lord bless and keep y'all. I have a treat coming out. I hope to do it to come out tomorrow for you to make for your kids or grandkids or your neighbor kids, or you and your husband can be big kids and eat them. It's a fun thing that we're going to be making that I thought y'all would enjoy for Easter. And then I'll have the usual cooking for 2. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but have an idea. And then I'll be back again Friday or Saturday with something else. So y'all be good, watch your back, take care, get an extra roll of toilet paper, paper towel, a can of beans when you go to the store and put it in your stash. You just might need it. I'll see y'all in a day or 2. The good Lord bless you.